Well. Hello, YouTube. Um, we're going to talk some more about a gun I've been shooting a pretty fair bit. It's not the Shadow Systems. As you can see, the Johnny Cock trigger still needs a pin, and I haven't done anything about it because I've been bouncing back and forth between Atlas Titan and an XC. I shoot the XC when my my hands just can't take it on the grip. Now that I'm back to shooting a little bit, you can see I've just come off the range. That's why I'm recording this while it's fresh in my mind. Uh, anyway, when my hands can't take the aggressive grip on this thing, I just shoot the XC. It's better that way. But as I've been getting back into shooting the last few days, my endurance is built up. I shot this thing um, the whole session today. So that's good. My hands are getting tougher, but still, I appreciate that the Titan I have coming to me, Atlas, was nice enough to knock this grip down a little bit. So very good. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is kind of my observation shooting the gun, how I feel about it. I've got about 2,500 rounds down on the Atlas Titan so far. Uh, okay, so first, in terms of the potential, like where I think it could go with this gun, there's not a gun that I think that I've shot that has more. It's um, it's like if shooting the XC, for example, if I fitted one of these safeties to it and really got dialed in and balanced it properly with the comp and the ammo and the recoil, so, it's like that. I think it has the same potential. This one's just way closer. Maybe this one I do a little bit better. Um, but it's in terms of potential, there's not a gun I think I could lay down better scores with. It takes some time and some work to get there. So let's let's talk about it. In terms of the reliability and the accuracy of the gun and all that, the gun is impeccable in my view in terms of accuracy. Like if I put the sight, like a 50-yard plate, like I think we have 50-yard 6-inch plates on the range. Like if I put the sight on it and pull the trigger, it's gonna hit like right there every time. So it's very accurate. Now, there's other guns that are very accurate as well. Like Gen 5 Glocks are super duper accurate right out of the box. This is probably a little bit better. I haven't really measured it super close, but I know like right on that fucking dot. That's right where the bullet's going to go. The gun's accurate. Haven't had any problems with it. It's been reliable. Um, I mean, it keeps running. It's good. Again, I wouldn't expect an issue with it. As you guys know, with the 2011, my view is you have a quality one and you keep it wet, it's going to run. And that's what's been happening with this one. If you keep it wet, it's going to run. All right, no problems there. All right, moving right on down the line. There's some things that really work for me about this gun. Like I said, this big fat 45-degree safety. Oh, I like that. That's definitely better, especially for my application. If you're going to buy this for a competitive shooting gun, that makes more sense. I'm not sure you'd want this fat of a safety on like a carry piece, but I don't think many people carry these. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Um, some parts like the other thing that I'd say is like just wrong. Like that's well, the one thing that I'd say is just wrong about this gun is the way the magwell's blended. I'm gonna end up taking a Dremel to mine, and maybe some people won't like that, but that's definitely gonna happen because it's I wouldn't say it's easy to hang up the magazines in there, but it's possible, and if it's possible, I'm gonna do it, especially under pressure. Uh, One other thing, as far as the gun, like the trigger on it, this is not the shoe for me. Let me show you. It's like the way that I don't quite like how my finger sits on it. And if I start really cracking on it, it's easy for me to push into the gun sideways or pull it sideways the other way. So it'd be like push down that way, pull sideways this way. It's a little bit easier to do. I think I'd do better with the same length of shoe, just with a curve in it. So what is that? Medium curved. I think that's going to be the ticket for me in terms of fitment and getting the gun fitted to me. Uh, the kind of the level I'm shooting this gun at now, like it's good, it's not bad, but it's where like if I start really cracking on it, like trying to push through. Let's say I've got 3 targets out in front of me, like draw up, shoot them. I might just try to like push on it, and I'll maybe push the gun past the A zone on the last target. As you know, I just have to get used to the weight of the gun, the feel of the gun, really get dialed in on this one. But I mean, the potential's definitely there, and it's like I'm starting to get a feel for it, and I'm like, yep, this could be really good. Now, one other thing is not directly related to the gun, but the optic here. People have been asking, hey, what do you think of this optic? Like, to reiterate kind of what I said before, this optic is bomb proof, I think, and it has features on it that people like. For the more tactically oriented people, like some of the features on this thing that I don't really know about or care about or understand, to be honest with you. But that's what they tell me, is that this has some features. Now, I would have said this is like a mid-size window, and it doesn't really. Usually, if the window's smaller than this, I find it annoying. Um, but shooting this side by side with a big window, like an SRO or 507 comp size, like I would definitely prefer that on this gun, just because it gives you that little margin for error with your index. Um, like the optic's fine, it's just not the right one for me. Like that's kind of how I feel about it. I mean, all up, I mean, I don't know, what would you expect? Like if you're buying a gun like this, you would expect it to be like, very good. And then of course, as I shoot it and get into it more and more and more, I get a feel for it. I'm like, "Ooh, okay, I'll change this little fit thing or change this other little thing over here and get it just exactly the way I want it." Um, I feel like when I'm on with this gun, like when I hit everything right, it's like again, it's the best scores I could shoot. It's like best I've ever shot when I'm on with it. And as I'm shooting it more and more and more, like I'm on more and more and more, and I'm kind of really starting to see the potential of it. Uh, it's not a bad gun. This is like you can see, like I see a lot of these come through classes that get shot a lot. This is to me, this is like a hard use competition gun that's supposed to be built properly and supposed to hold up to all that stuff. And so far, this has been delivering. Like, yeah, the gun is good. There's no doubt about it. And I've been talked into it now to order an Athena as well. So I'll probably get an Athena to have alongside the Titan. Maybe it'll be my backup gun. I don't know. But if you're curious, that's how it's going with the Atlas Titan. It is, it has all the potential I want. I feel like the limiting factor is me, which makes me feel a little bit sad sometimes. I feel inadequate sometimes, but the gun has been very good so far. All right. If you guys have questions or comments about it, go ahead and slap them down below.